family. So good to just chat around Women's Day and Women's Month. Aren't we the fortunate gender to have a month and a day dedicated to us? I truly love being a woman. And we were asked the other day to go and think about one of our favorite characters in the Bible, or woman's character in the Bible, and why she's our favorite character. So one of my favorite characters in the Bible is Sarah, also known as the wife of Abraham. And I can't say that she was always one of my favorite characters. I've learned to love her and to grow more fond of her. I think as a little girl, I don't know about you, but I always loved the book of Esther and the story of Esther. And I think I love the fact that she was physically beautiful. And I think that's something that I've always desired. But the more I started looking at Sarah, and the reason I started looking at Sarah, let me rather put it that way, is I've had quite a few prophecies over my life that I would be like Sarah. And that I, particularly with regards to being a mother to nations. And at first that scared me because I think I knew God was speaking about our actual family, but I realized that it went much further than that. That it extended past just Johan and I and our children. And as I started looking at the life of Sarah, I can't particularly say that anything was wow or stood out for me. And I think I didn't enjoy the fact that she had to have a baby at the age of like 90 or 100 or something. I think maybe there was a fear in me that God would do that to me, like at the age of 50 or something, give me a child. We have chatted through that, and I think I'm comfortable with the fact that I'm done with having my own kids. But the reason I love Sarah so much is for many reasons, but the two that I would like to just highlight here is the moment that God changed her name, something changed for her. And I've had to look over my life and say, God, where were the moments where you've changed my name? And I've often found that it has been when it comes to our identities that God does a name change for us. And maybe we don't speak that name change, but in our hearts we know that God has done that change in us. And I have found over seasons of my life that I've really learned that when God changed her name, he gave the promise again to Abraham in that moment of Sarah will bear you a son. And he actually says to God, oh, God, can't you just be with Ishmael? You know, like he's already here. How are we going to have children in our old age? And God just says to him, no, Sarah, the son will come from Sarah. And in that moment when he changes her name from Sarai to Sarah, it's a significant thing of promise. And I think as women, it's good to go and search God out for those name change moments in our lives. The other moment that I can really relate to when it comes to Sarah is when she laughs, when the three men sit outside the tent and say, next year by this time, Sarah will bear you a son. They say this to Abraham, and she laughs, you know, like in disbelief. It's really a laugh. When I read that, I just see a laugh of disbelief. And I normally sit at the beginning of the year, and at the beginning of this year, I actually felt God say to me, what are your laughable moments? What are the moments that you actually look at me and just laugh in disbelief when you hear what I'm asking of you, when you hear what I'm saying about you? And to know that even though she laughed in her disbelief, God still gave her the son. Even though her faith wasn't what it should be, even though her age wasn't what she wanted it to be, when God's promises are fulfilled, it's almost like we sit back in disbelief and say, wow, did that even happen to me? How did I even get to this point where I'm so blessed and I'm so favored in his eyes that he would choose me? To carry generations within us, I think as women we need to realize that not only within our womb do we have the capacity to carry generations, but within our hearts and within our callings and within what God puts in front of us and what he asks of us. He is asking us to look after generations. And what a privilege that is. So to every woman out there, um, I salute you. Um, we are beautifully and wonderfully made in His image, and may you walk into every laughable thing that you sit back and think, oh, I don't know, I'm going to do that. May you walk into every promise that God has for you. Love you lots and see you soon. Bye.